Hey guys, Hackexploit here, back again with another video, and in this video we're going to be looking at Spearphilshing. Alright, so a lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video on Spearphilshing and to actually discuss how it works. That is the main thing that you wanted to know. Alright, so I'm on the GitHub repository. The link will be in the description. And for those of you who don't know what Spearphilshing is a phishing tool that has NGRock integrated. So a lot of people do not understand what's happening with NGRock. Well, essentially, NGRock allows you, if we go to the NGRock website, it allows you to use local servers, actually eternal local servers. So that gives you the ability to hide behind NATs and firewalls. So in theory, how it works is you connect to the NGRock servers, right? And then they allow you to obviously go through a firewall or NATs. In this case, the firewall is pre-configured on client-side operating systems to refuse connections coming on ports that are closed and vice versa. Now again, as you can see through this little picture here, you connect to the NGRock servers and you can get access to the client, and then they can then send the details over to you without without actually raising an alarm to your firewall or to the firewall on the client. Alright, so how it works, you download and run a program on your machine and provide it to the port and network service. Right, so web server. So we're going to be using the local web server, and that's what it uses on Kali Linux. It uses the Apache web server. Alright, so then it connects to the NGRock cloud service, which accepts traffic on public addresses. So again, you're using a public address, which is great, and then it relays the traffic through the NGRock process running on your machine and then to the local address that you've specified. So to the local address, it is completely secure. It's using the HTTPS protocol, so it's it's extremely secure, and this is fantastic because when it comes down to social engineering, this will be really great. So let's get started. Again, the GitHub repository will be open, and I'll show you how to get the prerequisites installed. So just clone the repository as I'm doing right now, and I'm just going to go into my desktop, and I'll be providing this little how does NGRock works image for you guys so you can understand how it works really. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my directory to the OPT folder where all third-party software is stored, and I'm just going to clone the repository here. So git clone, and I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to hit enter and just let it clone the files. Now, depending on your internet speed, mine is a bit slow today, so please forgive me for that. Yours should be extremely fast. So there we are, it's done. Alright, so if we list the files now, we have Spearphilshing. So I'm going to change my directory into Spearphilshing, and I'm going to list the files. Alright, the first thing you need to do, which is really simple, is you need to use the package installer, the Python package installer, which is pip install, and we use the R command, and we select the requirements.txt file, and we hit enter, and this is going to install NGRock. Alright, so give that a few seconds. Now I already have NGRock installed because I use it for other projects of mine. Alright, so as you can see, the requirement is already satisfied wget, so it was supposed to get the wget service. Fantastic, it's got the wget service. So if you look at the requirements here, the prerequisites, that is, you need Python 2.7 running, wget from Python and PHP and sudo, which are pretty much the standard. So you can see that it was tested on Kali Linux, Linux Mint, Ubuntu and Mac OS. So that's also fantastic. So it's really very simple to get it running. All we have to do is just make sure that the Python file is executable. So that this is the Python file, the Spearphilshing.py. So chmod +x Spearphilshing. Alright, and we hit enter, and if we check now, yes, it is executable. So we're going to launch it by hitting Python Spearphilshing. Alright, and there we are, voila, and it's going to start downloading NGRock. Fantastic. So give that a few seconds. Again, depending on your internet connection, it could take a while or it could go really fast. Fantastic. So now it's going to start preparing the environment, and it's going to ask you whether or not you agree to the terms of use, which in this case are to use this tool for educational purposes, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to hit yes. Now you can select a phishing option. Of course, it's sorted in terms of the most popular websites. You have your Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, GitHub, Stack Overflow, WordPress, and Twitter. Now, before we begin, it's going to start the localhost on the web server. So make sure you have no localhost you have no services running off Apache, in this case even Tor. Alright, but the port is pretty much the port 80, so we know that. So for example, we use the most popular one, which is Facebook. So if we hit 1 for Facebook, it's now going to ask you for the standard page phishing, and you have advanced phishing, which allows you to use the poll mode and log in with functionality. So let's look at the standard, which is standard page phishing. So this will just create a standard phishing page. But the great thing is to mask the URL, which again we'll be looking at probably in another video, because this is great. As I said, it's using a secure protocol. So I'm going to hit 1, right, and it's going to start generating the page, obviously, and it's going to move it into my localhost, which is my Apache localhost server. And once it's done, it's going to give me an ngrok link. Fantastic. So it's going to tell you that the development server is started at so and so, listening on port 127.0.0.1, port 80. Fantastic. So the document, you can look at the document root, and there you go, and you can use the Control+C combination to quit. Pretty standard stuff. So the ngrok URL is right here, and if I open this up, you will see what I'm talking about. So if everything worked correctly, it should give me a Facebook phishing page here. Fantastic. And now let's test if we can enter some credentials. So I'm going to try and enter something like test@gmail.com. Oops, test@gmail.com. And if I entered a password like something like test, let's just enter test123, and I'm going to hit login. And again, it should just redirect to the page again. Fantastic. Looking at the credentials that were gathered, as you can see here, the credentials were email test@gmail.com and password test123. Fantastic. So as you can see, it does work, and once you're ready to quit, just hit Control+C and you should be good. Now again, if you run it and you look at the other vectors that you can attack in terms of the sites, you have things like GitHub, which is really great because it's giving you a lot of options. Now, as I said, the main trick here is to mask the URL. So let's look at something like Google. All right, so Google standard page phishing. So if I hit 1, all right, again it's going to start the localhost and it's going to clone the site. So just give that a few seconds. This is really a fantastic tool that we're looking at here, and there you go. So just let it open up here. So let me just open this link. There we are. Fantastic. Let me just open that link. Sorry if my virtual machine is quite slow. It has been, I have to actually perform some troubleshooting on it. For those of you asking, let me close the previous one. For those of you asking, who have actually asked me on in the comment section why their virtual machines are slow, I will be making a video on troubleshooting that. Fantastic. So as you can see, it has opened up a Gmail prompt here to use to essentially use your username and password combination. Now the problem with this is it's using a very old vector here. So this is the old Google logo, as you can see, and this was how it was probably around in 2013. So that's a weakness that users or targets may be exposed to, and that can lead to you getting detected or getting this page detected as a phishing page. But regardless of that, this should work if you were to send it over email and chat, more specifically email. This should work. However, if you try, you should try and mask the URL. All right, and once you have done that, you pretty much have a good shot at at successfully social engineering your target and then getting them to enter their credentials. Again, I do throw out some caution. Please do not try this without permission, written permission that is. And yeah, that's how to use Social Fish, and that is how ngrok works. It's a fantastic service. You can also use it for real world projects, tunneling traffic to test or create scripts. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comment section. Now, you can post your questions as well on the website, all right? The great thing I've done is I've created a forum where you can post your video suggestions or video ideas there, or of videos that you want me to create. So I would highly recommend that you post your video ideas there. You can also hit me up on Kick. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this.